Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Jeep and Things / reviews. About a week ago, I put out a little bitty short video saying, guess what is in the box? Today, we're going to find out what was in the box, put it on the truck, and get it going. It is TUTUS Truck tent. Let me get in a little closer for you. And you can see I keep a couple things in the bed of my truck. But here it is. That's the size of the box it came in. It was a box in a box, and there it is. Full disclosure, I did take the tin out and put it together just to make sure. So when we do go through the procedure here, super easy. If you've ever put together a ground tent, same process. Actually, this one may be even easier. So we're going to go over that with y'all. And full disclosure, they did send it to me. They reached out to me. I said it's perfect. Today is August 24th, so we're getting close to the fall time of the year. You can go camping whenever you want to, but the temperatures have really cooled off for the next couple weeks. Fall's quickly coming upon us. I will be taking this out and using it out in the woods. You can see we're here at the house. I just pulled out here in the yard. Now, a couple things you're going to notice. The Ranger, and I'm up on a hill a little bit. That doesn't matter. I do have a soft tonneau cover on it. That's fine. This tent will work with a soft tonneau cover. Now, I haven't actually put it on the truck. I'm going to turn the camera off here for a second, roll up the soft tonneau cover to make room for it, get the tent spread out. Then we're going to go over how to put the tent together, and I'm going to sling it on the truck. Like I said, I haven't done that. And it actually fits back into its packing, as you can see. Now, I could have got a little bit more. You can see it's kind of snug. I just threw it together last night. It was getting close to dark. Had I taken my time and really rolled it up, it would have fit even better. So that's not an issue. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this soft tonneau cover rolled up, and then we are going to put this tent together, put it on the truck. Once we get it on the truck, we're going to see how much room you have and see exactly what it looks like. Hold just a second. We'll be right back. All right, we have the tent laid out on the ground. We'll go over that here in just a second. And we have the bag and we have the poles in here. I'm going to show you the poles and how they correlate with the tent over there. One thing I failed to mention is I will put the link in the description below. You can get it on Amazon for less than $100 and have a truck bed tent. So in the bag, your instructions are sewn into the bag. If you wish, you could take those instructions, tear them out. I'm just going to leave them in there. Once you put this thing together once and you see how easy it is, you really won't need those. But we do have that. Then in the bag, we'll get this undone here. Once again, I took this out last night. And you have your poles sectioned off, and I have rubber bands around each correlating color. And if you're asking, what do you mean by color? Here's what we're going to do. If you could see, all these have red. Okay. These have blue. We're simply going to put the poles together, and then if we go over here to show you what the red and blue, as I have the tent laid out, you'll see red right there. And then you will see another red over there. Straight on the other side's red. You'll see red over there. And then up under the tent, which we'll get it out here in a second, you'll see red there. This is where your tent pole is going to go in. Now, on the blue, and that's going to be your awning, which you'll see here in a second, that'll stick out. We will have some blue. I just had it pulled up here. There's another red. And basically your pole is going to go this way, and then your pole is going to go that way to make the tent stand up. And then somewhere in here, because, oh, we got to get around to the door. That's why. I've got the door left open. Here you go. Here's blue. Then if we pull this on down, there's where your pole's going to go through. The blue is going to be inside that. And there should be another blue over here, and there is. So simply, we're going to put the poles together, run them through. You'll be able to see the X there. The blue on top of the tent leads to the red. So basically all you're doing is color matching, red and blue. That indicates to you where your poles go to make it easy, all right? So I'm going to put the poles together, and then we're going to put them in here, and I'll actually video that to show you how they go in. Okay, one other thing real quick. It does come with two of the spare rods. This is not color coded. Once we get the tent put together, it'll be pretty obvious where that goes, because I really didn't look at the instructions last night. I just knew after I laid it out how it was going to be, especially with it being color coded. Now, at this point, I would normally speed. I would put the speed of the video up by at least 2 so I could zip through it real quick. But for instructional purposes, because there may be someone out there that's never done this and is interested, so they would like to see how it's done. So we're going to put this together. I'm not going to speed it up. I've simply got the 2 poles that's colored in red. And if I could zoom in, it's hard to see. We do have the pole up there that's covered in blue, colored in blue. Another thing that the instructions did say, because I did flip over and look at the back, because a lot of tents will do this. Once you get the tent assembled, you may want to get a waterproofing spray along the seams where it's sewed, it said, just to make sure it's waterproof. If you want to do that, you can get it probably at any big box store or sporting goods store. Set the tent up, spray the seams anywhere, and maybe where the zipper is, anywhere where it's sewn. Let it set overnight. Put it in your garage. If it's not going to rain, leave it outside. That doesn't matter. But it does recommend doing that to make sure that it is waterproof. And it doesn't really matter what tent you buy. It's going to tell you the same thing. So we're going to set this down. Make sure the old tripod's sturdy on the camera. And once again, I'm not going to speed it up. We're just going to get into this, and I may be doing a little talking while I'm doing it, just so you see what's going on. We're going to start with the red tip end. I'm simply just running it through. If I don't knock over the tripod, it's already out the other end. Now we're going to get the other one. Simply find the red on the tent. Comes out the other side there. Now we're going to get the blue, put it in. Okay, now we have everything put through. You saw how quick that was. Don't be afraid when you're putting these in the end. These poles are going to be tight. One thing I will show you is you can see the little gap there. There's upper and a lower. We're going to do the upper one first. Don't be afraid that you're going to break the poles, because this will be tight when you're putting it into the little pockets. Make sure it's in view. Yeah, there's the pocket right there. Simply put in the pocket. Find the pocket down here. I see it. Stretch it on out there. Now it's in its little pocket. Same thing with the other pole. Oh, hitting the truck. Got a little close to the truck. I see it. I did see it. We're going to back this blue pole out just a hair. There it is. Got it. Took a second to find it. No biggie. We found it. I'll bring the camera around to this side. Now we've got the blue pole starting to take shape. Same process. Simply find the blue. I see it. The blue pocket's right here. There we go. Just scoot that. Take your blue, the lining here. And it's got little pull tabs. You may have to pull down that tab. Stand her up here. There it is. Now, we're going to go back over here. And we're going to get the, wasn't bad at all. Had a little trouble finding the one red tab. But that's all right. That's one thing if you watch my videos. Unless something just takes an extremely long amount of time, I don't keep stopping the video and I don't keep doing it to where it's perfect because we're all human. Went up pretty smooth. And like I said, those poles are going to be tight. Now, when I put it together, and my timer says we're at 9 minutes 30 seconds. So basically 10 minutes. I've been doing a little bit of talking. So this tent you can get up to 10 minutes or less. So I noticed when I put the tent together, that was falling. So it's not color coded on either end, but it kind of made sense to me because there's a little brass fitting you'll see right there. That little brass fitting, that hole there. So that told me basically that this pole goes in there to keep it supported. So simply put this end in that brass fitting I just showed you. And there's another brass fitting on this side here that you can't see. There you go. We'll straighten it up a little. So we'll take a walk around. That is the tent. Now comes the fun part, me putting this truck by myself. Tent don't really weigh anything, and there's straps hanging over the side that's going to strap onto the truck. So we'll get this on the truck, and I'll show you that. And you'll notice it's leaning a little bit back, but we are, as I told you earlier, we're on a hill. Once I get it back to the truck, it'll be fine. Here is a rain fly, which we're not going to put on. Oh, I know something I forgot to do. And it goes over, you kind of have a skylight right here on this mesh. If you don't want that, if it's cooler weather and you want to keep the warm air in with you, this has clips that will clip. This clip here will clip to that little black and this little black ring right there. That'll get your sky tent. But one thing we forgot to do is, you see these little hooks? Hook it. It's loose on this side, but we're going to go around and hook them all. Try to do this one-handed. Let me. Oh, we got another one right here. We've got one for the blue part. Once again, just like any other tent. Got a couple over here. All right, we've got those clips. So when we come back, because what I'm going to do, I'll show you what I'm going to do here in a second. Let me get her done. I can tell you what I'm going to do. I've got some tarps, but just for this application and example, you'll see where my soft tonneau cover is. See that fitting there? Those brackets? Yeah, those metal brackets. They're pretty smooth, but I really don't want that tent rubbing against them. So, just got a couple beach towels. And I'm going to throw these beach towels over these brackets, just to make sure we don't put a hole in it. They're not real jagged, but I really don't want to take a chance either. Once again, I've got some tarps, and I've got some tarps that I'll use when I actually use it, but for now, we're just going to throw some beach towels over it. All right, wish me luck. Here we go. We'll put this at an angle. And you want to make sure you don't have a lot of stuff in the bed of your truck to have to unload, because the tent is going to sit down in the back of the truck, obviously. Just throw these over here. Always, these chairs are kind of dusty. I always keep them in the truck. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go over here and get the tent and set it back there. I may have to climb it back. Once again, first time doing this, and I'll just jump over the side. May be able to pull it up like this. There we go, get it over the lip of the tailgate there. Then we're going to strap it down. All right. So let's go take a look around to the side here. Back out a little bit here. All right, now we can come on back here about a foot. Get the tripod set up. There's metal hooks on this, and I may have to adjust it because once again last night I did not just loosen that up right there. Just a little bit more. There we go. I happen to have side steps, so you can see where I just clipped it to my side step. If you don't have side steps, you could do it somewhere up there under your frame. So to save a little bit of time, we'll do that. Well, let's just go around and do it. We're going to be instructional for you. You can see this side fell off. Put it right back up here. Well, I tightened the strap up too tight because I didn't know this side fell off. Let me get that fixed. We'll be right back. Okay, I got my straps adjusted and I will show you. And we don't have all the straps on yet, but like this one's loose and I've just got it around my running boards. Once you get it in there, just take this, pull to the desired tightness. One thing I am noticing, the back door that covers it, so you may want to make sure you get everything out of your back seat. It's not covering it that bad, but, and then this one we put on the frame, but we got a little more light on the other side. And you can see where I put it on the frame. You got different holes. This is plastic. I put it there under the metal. Same way, got it hooked on, then just pulled it tight. There we go. Starting to take shape. So what I'm going to do, we'll put this under the bumper. And I cut away for a minute just for due to time. Super easy. And these straps should be pretty well set to where I want them for next time I use this. And these have, I don't know if you can see it, there's little rubber tips on the end. So loosen this up a little. Just to get it up under there. And the bumper is metal underneath. Take it. I'm just going to pull it a little bit because I don't want to pull it too much over to that side. Same way here. Get the strap out. We're going to have to loosen it up. It's up under there. Pull it to the desired tightness you want it. One other thing, I did go ahead and put the tent over the soft tonneau cover. Like I said earlier, if you got a soft trifold, which I've had before, a lot of times you can just fold the soft trifold and take it out. Some trifolds will fold up all the way against your back glass, but just be aware of that. The other thing is you have a couple different color options when you go to order it. And there we go, there's the company. They have a couple different color options. Be sure to pick the right size truck. In other words, if you have a mid-size truck such as I do, or a full-size truck, give them your bed length. That way you'll have sure to fit. These are going to hook up under here. Oh yeah. That one just went under. I just put that one on the receiver hitch. That one we'll put on the bumper. Looky there, and that one went under the other bumper. So let me prop this up, get in the back of it, and I'm going to show you what I did here. Got a little step stool there. And then at night, I can just flip up the step stool, put it in there with me, or leave it out for the next morning, whatever you want to do. We'll put that there. And it does have a hook at the top. We're going to jump back here and see. You got a hook there. You also have two windows on the side, which are currently closed, but you can unzip those and roll those up to get plenty of fresh air. You have a pocket there. You got your pocket there. And you can see it's a little wrinkled. This is for demonstration purposes, so I just wanted to get together for you. But basically, it could use just a very little bit of tweaking, and it's done. So let me I got to get a pad I'm going to put in here and get one of my chairs. My chair has soft. We're just going to grab one of the chairs. It's got soft pads, but this material seems to be very durable. But let's get that little chair there. We'll tilt her up, get it right up in here. Let's get in here and take a look. I'm just going to climb up a little step ladder. Oh yeah, I'm 6 foot tall for reference. I don't know if I'm in the whole frame or not, but right there's the top. I'm 6 foot tall. You got plenty of room to lay around. Let me get the chair set up. Once again, it's in the back of the truck. Been out in the country. Got to get the strap off the handle there. Scoot this on back just a little bit. Jump down to make sure it's in focus. Perfect, perfect. Oh, look at that. Got a couple horse flies in here, but that's all right. Once again, you can unzip this. You've got an open top so you can see the stars. Got plenty of room. Goofing off there a little. You can sit here, you got pouches. You've got your bed rails. Once again, I did cover up with that beach towel So one thing about this tent is I've been tent camping for years and years, never had any issues, but it gives you a sense of security setting up off the ground, right? I mean, you snakes, if you're out in the snake weather, it just gives you a sense of security. You don't have to worry about a snake, a raccoon. And if you're worried about something, make sure you get your step stool to get them back here. Just fold it up, lean it up against here, and you're good to go. Last thing we're going to do, I'm going to back it out and I'm going to lay down to see how much. Once again, I'm 6 foot tall, see how much room. Normally, when I do go use this camping, I will have a camping pad. I've got all kinds of sleeping bags, camping pads. I've got a camp fan that I can mount. This is dead in the center right here. Hang that camp fan up. Have plenty. Open up one of the windows. You may open them up halfway because you figure probably get a better view over here. If I just unzipped it here to let a little air in, if it's a little warm, got the camp fan, that's probably, you would have to be, shoot, 7 foot tall, 6.5, 7 foot tall to look above that, or you can unzip it all the way. But once again, and they make blow up mattresses. You can get them online to fit in here. Me, probably, I've got all kinds of sleeping pads, sleeping bags and pads to put down for comfort. So yeah, it's not bad at all. Fix me a little cup of coffee, look out the back, scoot a little closer to the edge, and enjoy. Open up the windows. Man, this thing is awesome. It really is. So let me back the camera up and see how well we lay down in it. One other thing, of course, your door, which we're not going to zip closed right now. I'll do it at the end. It does zip closed, and it does have a screen to where you can see out if you want to, and it's got the little where you can roll it up. Like if it's fall, you don't have to worry about horse flies getting in your tent. You can roll it back and have it all open, just as we do here. So just leave the camera there. I'm going to lay down in it, see how much room we got, then we'll finish this up. Oh yeah, perfect. 6 foot tall, and if there's two of you, I'm laying right here. I got an arm's length right there. Now my head is touching the top. Let me scoot down a little. But yeah, got my microphone here. Plenty of room for 2 people. So there you go. We're going to finish this up. We'll do a quick walk around. I'll zip up the door so you can see the full effect look, and we'll close this out. See you here in a second. Okay, one last walk around. Close it out. I did zip up the back door. And of course, there are 2 zippers, one tether for the outside, one tether for the inside. And you have another zipper under here for the bottom. Back out of that. And the little loose piece you see once again is your rain fly. And with the step stool, that's something that if it's pretty one day and you're going to be out 2 or 3 days, you can get on that step stool and keep it to where the rain's sealed out. Yeah, there you go. Last thing I'll say is thank each and every one of y'all for checking in. I sure appreciate each and every single one of you. If you would be so kind to like and subscribe. I love bringing different content. This video normally would have been much shorter, but I wanted to show the process of actually putting the truck tent together, lining up, you know, the red posts. Simple. So even with me giving a little bit of instructions, what did it take? 10 minutes. Putting it on the truck took longer, but now my straps are all set the way I want them. So when I do actually use this, and we'll get some video of that, some fall camping here, we'll get some video of that and get her going. So thank each and every one of you for checking in. I hope you enjoyed. The link for the description is in the comments below. Please check them out. It'll be in the description, I should say. For under $100, you can go camping and not be on the ground. Y'all have a great evening. Okay, I'm taking the tent off. Got a little bit of bonus footage here. If you've never messed with these type of straps, they're super easy to use, by the way. But if you want to, and I've got all the straps off, but they were real tight where I'd snugged them down. When you want to take them off, simply take this tab. This one's tight. Take this tab. There you go. Comes loose. And then when you want to tighten it down for your next use, simply pull to the desired level of tightness you want. There you go. Bonus. Y'all have a great evening.